I believe CJ felt Higgins was going to break out, run what we call a semi-route, a 12-yard out. He got tight coverage. He decided to turn it into a go route, leading to that miscommunication, and now a 3rd and long.
Very rare to say a defense has got to get off the field on a 3rd and long in the first quarter, but this feels like it suffices. Stroud fakes again and throws it away. And it did get past the line of scrimmage, and they're pointing to a receiver in the area. He certainly wasn't out of the tackle box, and it's a 4th down.
Now, one of the things that the Texans have struggled with is pressure. You see all the guys walked up at the line of scrimmage. Who do we go to? Where do we protect? Leave the end man on the scrimmage wide open. No chance for him to get the quick throw out as Derwin James is sitting out there and just has to throw it away as he's going, hey guys, we have got to communicate better and pick that up. It was only a 4-man rush.
Dafe Owe left unmarked. Came right in to bring out this first punt of the game for the Texans. Ladd McConkey makes the grab, slips, tries to get outside, but he can't make it to his 20-yard line. Nice play by E.J. Speed to prevent a big return. Let's see what the Chargers can do down 14 when we come back.
Coming up. Thank you. You know, the branding in the Pop-Tarts Bowl has been exceptional again this year. Imagine using toasters, Roddy, as curls on the barbell. I mean, that's...
The thing is, only the protein Pop-Tart was able to lift it. And, I mean, that's sort of cheating on the strawberry, the protein strawberry Pop-Tart. You can't just walk up and hit the dart button. Team sprinkles on one side, team swirls on the other. 3 Pop-Tarts are going to be sacrificed today, people, in the People's National Championship. Will one of them have protein in them is the question.
Georgia Tech BYU, the People's National title game here. 3rd and 4 for the Yellow Jackets. On the jet sweep, a lot of room for Mosley. And still on his feet out to the 26. This flag is all about a gain of 16, though. Bring this back.
Here's the hole that's out there on the perimeter. You can sort of see it right there on the edge. I don't know that there's much there. But unfortunately for Georgia Tech, well, it was a really nice play. It was called on the tight end.
Looking at the next-gen stats powered by AWS, I guess any gen with these two guys would dominate it. Wouldn't you say, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, these two guys, the bookends right there. Will Anderson, obviously a Pro Bowl. Hard to believe that Daniil Hunter with 13 sacks doesn't get into the Pro Bowl, but some pretty good pass rushers in the AFC, you know what I mean?
Yes, indeed, sir. So there they are. Again, Will Anderson just made his 2nd Pro Bowl. Daniil Hunter, 13 sacks coming in. His first one got the Chargers off the field, 3 and out. And they sandwich 2 deep throws around it for touchdowns. Play fake. Herbert flips it out to Hampton. Petrie is the one who takes him down. Hampton trying to get around him. Nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, they running the football, come out with the play fake. I like the play call, but again, great coverage on the back end. Nowhere for Justin Herbert to go, even though it was good protection that time around. Just had to flip it out to his back. Nice little 1st down gain, though.
Brings up 2nd and 5. 90 ticks to go in this first quarter. And the Texans win. They're in the playoffs. Chargers need to win to try and win the division next week. Hampton doesn't go anywhere. There's Alshire making the play to bring up another 3rd down here for the Chargers.
And a thing about this defense, when you talk about great defenses, it's the ability to have guys that can make plays at every single level. They've got the guys up front that we talk about. They've got Al-Shair at the linebacker position, Stingley on the back end, Petrie. I mean, they have got guys, Bullock, all over the place on this defense and can win and beat you with speed at every single level.
Tommy Togiai also on that tackle. 3rd and 4. Quick throw. And Keenan Allen can't grab it. A drop on 3rd down by their 3rd down Mr. Reliable brings up another punt.
Really good route right here. Gives the outside move on Petrie, crosses him over. But these are the kind of mistakes that you can't make against this defense. When you get the opportunities, got to make that catch, something he's been doing all year long. Missed opportunity to move the chains.
A brutal first quarter for the Los Angeles Chargers. No other way to put it. 2 3 and outs. This one brings about the 3rd punt of the game from Scott. Noel with a fair catch. There is a flag on the field, but it's at the other side of the field, not where Noel grabbed the ball. Now there's a flag there, so that might be interference with a fair catch. We'll see what the other flag's for. First time we're hearing from Craig Rolstad in his 12th season. The white hat says what?
There's only one foul on the play. During the kick, holding. Receiving team, number 11. It's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
All right, so it's 2 flags, but for the same hold. Unless they pick that other one up. Regardless, it is the Texans' ball up 14 with 36 seconds to go. What are we seeing so far here in this first quarter, Kurt?
Well, so far it has been obviously the big passing game from the Texans, but they've actually used Nico Collins, who's the main guy for C.J. Stroud, as the decoy. He's been able to grab the safeties and allow the young receivers to get over the top. The 2 long touchdowns is that big lead for the Texans.
Massive advantage in total yards for the Texans going into this drive that starts from their own 17. It's a flip to Marks. And that should do it for the first quarter, unless the Texans want to go fast. But this has been a fast start, to say the least. The 0-3 Texans are making it another long day so far for Justin Herbert after one-and-doning the Chargers last year. These Texans have come into this building red hot, 7 wins in a row, and a win today puts them in the playoffs. 14-0 Houston. We're live on NFL Network on this Christmas weekend Saturday. Back with more in just a flash.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin, see if we agree on this one. Matt, the grab there, did you think it was enough to see some laundry?
Yeah, I do. You know, there's a lot of hand fighting and slapping your hands away. That's one thing. But when you start grabbing a jersey or an arm or a shoulder pad, that's over the top, and that needs to be called.
And that would have put Georgia Tech well within field goal range. The speedster, Eric Rivers, had a step on Alexander, who kind of had his hand there the entire time. The grab happens at the end. Looked like the referee down the field had a good look at it. Doesn't get called, but that one cost Georgia Tech a field goal.
Yeah. Looked like Alexander was trying to pop his collar. Without asking.
Snatch his chain.
Yeah. 4 seconds to go. Little Big Ben right. Haynes King gonna lob it up into the end zone downfield. And that prayer goes straight through to voicemail. Incomplete. Satuala breaks it up. But the Yellow Jackets going to the break with an 11-point advantage, looking for their 10th win of the season. It'll be their first since 2014. Halftime, scores and highlights and analysis coming up. At BYU. 5 minutes first. Bachman.
A lot of watching and wincing for the Chargers in that first quarter. Not just from their quarterback, who's been sacked twice and was left wincing after his first, but watching Texans receivers blow past Chargers defenders for 2 long first quarter strikes. A 75-yard touchdown grab by Higgins and a 43-yard touchdown grab by Knoll. And it's a 2nd and 7 for the Texans from their own 20 to kick off the second quarter. Stroud steps up, and that ball is tipped at the line. And that brings up 3rd and 7. Tyre Tart is the one that got a big mid on it.
And they talk about this a lot. They've got 7 interceptions this year on tipped balls. And you often think about it on the back end. But Coach Minter was telling us they even emphasize it with the big guys up front. If you can't get there, watch the quarterback, wait for that arm to go up, put your big mitts up in the air. A nice little tip right there. Otherwise, probably a completion on the back end.
Tyre got some airtime right there. Hanging in the air. 3rd down, Stroud over the middle. And there's Nico Collins with his first catch of the day to move the chains. Gain of 15 for number 12.
And he's normally that big playmaker for this team. We've seen the young guys make the big plays. See him on the outside there on the deep cross. Good separation. Another 2nd level throw. And I've talked about the Chargers have been good at not giving up the big plays, but early the Texans have figured out how to find those creases.
There's a 1st down run and a run over by Jawad Jordan. Gain of 8. I mean, the Texans are doing everything that the Chargers haven't, from converting on 3rd down, scoring, playing defense, getting off the field, running the ball. They're being Chargers beaten by their own game right now.
Yeah, and you talk to Nick Caley, the OC of the Texans, CJ Stroud, about what that defense, how good that defense is on the other side, what that does for you offensively. And sometimes allow you to take some more chances down the field because you feel really good if you have to get off the field. Other times, not push the ball if it's not there and just run the clock.
Flip around by Xavier Hutchinson is another chain mover for Houston. And you're in midfield here. And as a matter of fact, the refs say they've crossed it. 1st down, Houston.
But you love that mentality if you're a quarterback. Rich, hey, I know I got a defense. I know they're not going to give up a lot of points. Now I can play a little bit more free from either standpoint.
You can hear a pin drop in the stadium right now. The Texans have hit the Chargers in the mouth. The fans are kind of staggered right now. Stroud hands this off to Jordan. Runs into a wall. Led by Tito Obonya. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Now this Chargers team coming in, all the talk was about the Texans defense, but we're top 3 defense in the National Football League and wanted to get their respect in a big national televised broadcast like this, but hasn't worked out that way early, giving up those big plays, which they've been good at protecting against all year long.
Woody Marks back in the game. Stroud's throwing, and he finds his tight end Dalton Schultz, tries to make a move, and it brings up a 3rd down. Tarib still with the one on the stop, and then a late flag. As Schultz got tangled up there, or got entangled in something with Tart.
Well, we always say 2nd guy in usually gets the flag. Little bump in there by Tart late. Schultz saying, hey, get off me.
So here's Rolstead saying, move it back.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 86. The down count for 3rd down.
And that's one of the first breaks of the game for the Chargers as Schultz gets popped.
You can see him as he's getting up here, kind of gets banged there on the ground, comes up, but as I said, always going to be the second guy.
Yeah,
I think the big fella.
But I don't understand, if you use replay assist these days, why can't they buzz in and basically say, hey, that was a retaliation to something? But I guess that's for a competition committee conversation in a spring near you. A third down flip out to Marks. Long way to go, and he can't get there as Derwin James is the one who ended it. So the Schultz penalty makes it a 3rd and long rather than 3rd and short, in a spot where you could go for it on 4th down, and here is a Texans punt.
And the one thing that you can't have happen, right, is that big 15-yard penalty like that. Everything's going your way. You're moving the football. One thing that can set you back is making your own mistakes.
So here comes the punt. And McConkey calls for a fair catch inside his own 10. We go to break, and the Chargers get some yards, let alone points. We'll see when we come back. Back here, Houston up 14-0. Chargers just got off the field. And again, just to repeat what I was saying, I know replay assist cannot help with that now. Those rules have not been instituted. I don't know if there's going to be an appetite for it. I'm just saying that in this day and age of the refs only seeing the retaliator with an eye in the sky, if you will, that maybe we should utilize that.
Nothing else, we throw a flag on both of them. We're offset.
And I know that, you know, replay assist can't put a flag on the field either, and that's not a door they want to open up, but that's for another day, as we have a 1st down run from Omari and Hampton here. Doesn't get very much. What do you think the Chargers are thinking when they're huddling offensively right now? What can they do? Oh, Al Shire is down, pardon me. And again, this is a leader of the defense who missed last week's game. Let's take a look at what happened. Well, we'll be back in a moment. Here from Los Angeles is one of the big Texans on defense is down. Well, Alshire walked off himself. It's his right shoulder, Kurt. Looked like E.J. Speed came in as he was trying to make the tackle, and
you can see him right here at the end. E.J. Speed 45 coming in here, bang, right there on that right shoulder. But as you saw, walked off under his own power, was helped up with that right arm, so it seems to be okay. And emotional leader for this football team. Everybody feeds off of him. Hope he can get back out there.
2nd and 9, just a 1-yard game for Hampton. 8 carries, 18 yards to this point. Herbert. That one couldn't be brought in by Quentin Johnston. Now it's Petrie on the coverage there. He might have gotten a hand on it, or this is just a flat drop. Another one.
What a difference a week makes. Came out kind of funny right there, but so Petrie going to the flat does a great job of reading the eyes of Herbert, coming back in and knocking it away at the last second. But as I was saying, what a difference a week makes. Last week against the Cowboys, this Chargers offense was rolling, came out, bang, 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 3 touchdown drives in the first half. Now they're finding themselves having trouble doing anything here.
3rd and 9. Herbert has time, flips this one out, but Gadsden can't get the first down. 3 and out. Texans defense does its job again as the clock rolls to 10 minutes to go in this first half.
Good protection right there. He's trying to get Quincy Johnston over on the left-hand side, but he is manned up, can't get off of his guy, has to flip it out there to his tight end. Not a great throw either, so he's got to go down while he's catching it. No chance to move the chains, and just been a struggle for this Chargers offense early.
Jalen Knoll standing at his own 36. Here's J.K. Scott with another punt. Knoll calls for a fair catch. And grabs it at his own 46. Terrific field position for a Texans team. And as you pointed out, Kurt, came out on fire. And there is a flag on the play.
Holding. Receiving team number 31. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. It'll be first down.
The field position will be less so when we see the yardage marked off. Jaden Higgins, 75-yard grab, and then Jalen Knoll, 43-yard grab. The first rookie teammates, each with a receiving touchdown of 40 yards or more in the same game since Don Woods and Harrison Davis each caught one from Hall of Famer Dan Fouts. And the Chargers win over the Browns in Week 8 of 1974.
Wow, we should go back to Iowa State. Wonder if they ever did that at Iowa State, playing on the same field.
So it's from their own 36, not the 46 now after the holding penalty. And here's Marks with a first down carry. Now, past the 40 to the 41.
As we talk about this Texans team, we know a lot about their defense, but it's the young offense. Everybody waiting to see if this young offense can kind of hit its stride in these last couple weeks, because everybody knows they've got a championship type of defense. C.J. Stroud, one of the elder statesmen. We've talked about a couple of the young receivers, Woody Marks, the young rookie running back. So they love their future. Their future is bright. They're just hoping these guys can speed it up a little bit if they can get this win or next week and get into the playoffs.
2nd and 5. Stroud play faking. All kinds of time, and he flips it out of bounds when time ran out. 3rd and 5.
If he could have held it just another tick, Nico Collins is coming across the field on a big in route. It just felt, again, impatient at that point, and this is what I'm talking about when you say we got a great defense on the other side. Maybe in another situation he tries to hold that another tick, wait to see if Nico gets open, maybe leads to a sack there. a mistake on the back end. Right now, it's like, hey, we got a 14-point lead. We've got a great defense. It's all right. I can live for another day. Just turn and throw that out of bounds.
Well, here's the other day. 3rd and 5. Stroud. Intercepted! Intercepted by Derwin James. The All-Pro to the rescue. And the Chargers get their first big momentum shift.
It looks like they're talking about the tipped balls. Right here. Throws the hand up. Tips right there. Derwin James just sitting right in the window. Great job there. I think that was Deshaun Hand with the big hand going up, tipping it. And that's number 8 on tipped balls. These guys talk about it. They work on it. They show video every single week. When that ball gets tipped and goes up in the air, they got to say, that one's mine. And Derwin James with a big defensive play to get it back to the offense.
What can the Chargers do with it? It's Hampton, first down run. Nicely done inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. So the Chargers get exactly what they needed. A defensive play to set the offensive up on the Texans side of the field for the first time all afternoon.
When you don't want to panic, you got to get points out of this, but knowing how tough it's been offensively at this point, I know there's something in Greg Roman saying, hey, we've got to put 7 on the board.
Al Shire's back in the game. The defensive captain, Herbert, gets Hampton the ball in space. Hampton down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 17, and the Chargers are on the move.
Perfect play call. You see Petrie coming with the blitz off the edge. Hampton able to bump him just enough. Get the ball back to Hampton in that voided area from the blitz. Get him out in space. And you see what he can do with it.
And the Chargers now have their first red zone snap of the game. Flips it. Trey Harris on the move. Inside the 10. And there's another Texan down on the field. Kamari Lassiter comes up limping.
You're always looking for ways to slow down the pass rush of the Texans. Play before that, the little kind of naked bootleg screen, get them moving one direction, throw it back the other, come back with the reverse. Trying to do anything you can possibly do to slow down those guys up front and make it a little easier on your offense.
Lassiter having his left knee looked at. One of 4 different Texans defensive backs with at least 4 interceptions is now down on the ground. We're back in 30 seconds after this message from Mercedes-Benz.
Mr. Claus,
And she's going to be incredibly
you got this.
Oh. It's never too late for an unforgettable gift.
We're routing to Timmy's house.
Hurry into the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration now.
Many Texans are taking a knee as defensive coordinator Matt Burke looks on and sees one of his top defenders. Well, you could say that about pretty much anybody who plays defense for Houston, right? Is now down. He was in on the tackle. And you're looking at his knee that gets smacked right there, as you could see. Like Petrie was coming through.
Yeah.
But he's walking, and nobody's helping him walk. So that's good news. Back to Los Angeles in a moment.
Leeper comes up with a great stop on the 1-yard line. And then this one mistakes were magnified by the low possession.
Games came with some open real estate. Makes the toss a couple of times and brings it into BYU territory. At the 47-yard line, picked up 19 on the play.
How often do you see a pump fake work down the field? Tanner Wall jumps outside with a little fake by Haynes King, gets inside the safety. And tackling has been a bit of an issue for BYU in this game.
Back in Los Angeles, the Chargers trying to cash in their first takeaway of the game for some points. Touchdown preferred, obviously. They're 3 yards away from a first down on the 5 from their opponent's 8. Here's Hampton, number 8. And that's a tackle for loss. Down goes Hampton. On Wallace on the big-time stop, bringing up 3rd down.
A big play right here, obviously, for both sides, but for the Chargers, got to really find a way to get the ball into the end zone as you've been struggling to move the football, get some momentum going in your direction, get the fans back in the building. Keenan Allen is their number 1 receiver down here in the red zone, but a lot of weapons to find a way to make a play.
Big stop by Wallace, fresh up from the practice squad. Brings up 3rd and 4. Herbert has time. He's going to run it himself. Running for his life to the end zone and out of bounds. Big time red zone stop as Jim's going to take the points. Harbaugh sends out Dicker, the kicker, his Pro Bowl kicker, to try and put the Chargers on the board.
Runs some crossing routes right there, hoping to get man-to-man coverage. The Texans go to a zone coverage, nothing there. Herbert can't get out on the edge. Has been so good at running the football this year, but that speed of the Texans defense forces the throw away. But at this point, hey, turn it into 3 points here. You take it, get a little bit of momentum for your offense.
From 27 yards. And Cameron Dicker is good. Most accurate kicker in field goal percentage in NFL history. Notice I give that stat after the ball splits the uprights.
You're learning, you're learning.
I will not be accused of being a jinx. Megan O'Leary, take it away.
Well, it's been a massive month for Chargers kicker Cameron Dicker. He's on his way to the Pro Bowl for the first time. He's the Chargers Walter Payton Man of the Year team winner. And earlier this week, he hosted a shopping spree for about 20 local youth and their bigs from the Big Brothers Big Sister of Greater LA. And they did a little bit of a shopping spree. I talked to him about it today. He said what was so sweet is all the kids wanted to buy for their loved ones, but he had to remind them you have to buy at least one present for yourself. He said it's one of the favorite things he does this holiday season, guys.
Megan, thank you for that.
Yeah, kudos to him, all the Walter Payton Men of the Year representatives around the league. So many great things going on, and especially at this time of year.
I noticed that trophy in your background and all the Zoom shots into my show half the time. I'd show it off too.
Definitely take pride in.
I love that patch.
And the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and yes, exactly, the chance to stick that on everybody's jersey that's won that award. But it really means something. Guys come into the league wanting to win that award. That wasn't something that was around when I was first starting to get into the league. So what they've done at this point in time is, you know, you got guys wanting to, chasing after it, wanting to come into the league and make a difference.
If you're nominated, you get the sticker on the helmet. You win it, you get the patch on the jersey. Here's Noel on the kickoff return. Tries to get to his own 25 and cannot. Saturday NFL action rolls on tonight with a holiday exclusive on Peacock. The playoff-bound Packers, they're now in with the Lions' loss on Christmas Day. Take on the Ravens, who need to win and get some help to win their division. Live from Lambeau, coverage begins tonight, 7:30 Eastern, only on Peacock, as there's Lassiter heading off to the locker room. The Texans defense did its job, though, in holding the Chargers just 3 after the tip interception of Stroud. And here come the Texans right back at it. There's Jordan with the first down carry. Takes it past the 25. I guess when you start 6 for 6 for $151 and 2 touchdowns, it's tough to stay that hot. But the Chargers defense has been able to stiffen a bit last few drives.
Yeah, and you don't like to say anything's easy at this level, but the 2 easy, wide open, big, deep shots is obviously, you know, where they got most of their yards. Now the Chargers defense has tightened up a little bit, kind of figured it out. Don't give up the big play. Force them to go the distance to get points.
2nd and 6. Nice run by Jordan. Up the gut, straight up the middle. And move the chains to the 37-yard line.
Really nice double team block off to the right-hand side. Right tackle, right guard. Spring and Jordan up into the second level.
10-yard gain. The clock rolls under 5 minutes to go in this half. Texans sure would love to take it right down and score some points. The Chargers get the ball to start the second half. And that's Marks going nowhere. As a matter of fact, loss of 2. Tony Jefferson, again in his 11th year, having a terrific season on the nice play.
Trying to run the ball away from him, but you can see Tony Jefferson come from this backside, left side of the offensive line on the blitz. Able to chase down Marks from the backside with good penetration up front. Perfectly timed blitz call. Oftentimes think about the blitz against the pass, but coordinators are always looking for the run blitzes as well, see if they can get a free hitter back into the backfield.
Stroud, quick throw. And that one was to Noel. Makes it 3rd and more manageable to the 42-yard line. And again, this is a big stop. I just mentioned that the Chargers get the ball to start the second half. If they can get off the field here, do the, if you will, score on both sides a halftime thing, and get the Chargers back in this.
Yeah, always thinking about that as an offense. If there's any chance to double up, perfect opportunity right here. 3rd and medium. Come up with a big play. Give it back to your offense.
Big 3rd down, and the fans sense it. 3rd and 4. Stroud. Mack coming in. Flips it up. Incomplete. That was Marks. And that was Marks with Owe on him. So that would have been a nice connection to Marks as they had the advantage, but it's a punt.
Well, the pressure, you see the free hitter and Khalil Mack coming from the right-hand side, but C.J. Stroud knew, I got a running back on a defensive lineman. I love the matchup right there. He just leaves it a little short and to the outside, but an opportunity for a huge play. Just not able to hit it.
With Mack bearing down on you, can make you a little bit inaccurate. As McConkey, fair catch called for. And the Chargers have an opportunity here with 3:19 to go. What can they do with it? The Chargers started 3-0, winning all their division games in the process. And then started winning more one-score games and can win this division, their first division title since 2009. If they win today, they would set up a visit to Denver in Week 18. The de facto, if you will, AFC West championship game, but they've got to come back in this one first for Jim Harbaugh's Chargers to have a shot at that. If they don't come back, then the Texans claim the last wild card spot at the very least with a chance to win the AFC South. The Jaguars are in Indianapolis tomorrow. 3:19 to go in this first half. Herbert has time and a connection. Quentin Johnston first down, out of bounds. Gain of 16.
Like the play call. Going to protect up front. Good job by Hampton. Picking up. To'u comes in here. And then you get the one-on-one comeback to the outside with Johnson using that speed. Good timing. It was like the biggest play for the Chargers on the day.
Rolling under 3 minutes to go. Chargers from their own 29-yard line. Herbert flips that one up to Hampton, and that is going nowhere. A host of Texans led by Anderson on that one. Jamie?
Rich, after spending some time in the blue medical tent on the Texans sideline, Kamari Lassiter left with a towel over his head, walked along the sideline, down a tunnel to the x-ray room. On his way, though, his mother, Cammie, is actually on the sideline at the field level here at the Chargers, whispered something to her and kept on going. He is questionable to return with a knee injury.
There's a loss of 5 there, as we learned about the loss of Lassiter. 2nd and 15 now. Herbert letting the play clock run down to the 2-minute warning. So, the Chargers have the ball from deep in their own end, needing points. They're down 14-3. What can Justin Herbert do when we come back?
Georgia Tech won't have this one called back. The Yellow Jackets come up with a huge turnover.
Rodney Shelley. It's a great play on the cornerback. Rodney Shelley passes it off against Parker Kingston. There, Bachmeier tries to make something happen, but a stop by this Georgia Tech defense again.
We got one more guest in the house tonight. We're excited to welcome a diehard Chargers fan who had no idea he was going to be featured on the Infinity Screening today. He's a Chargers season ticket member and a 20-year Marine Corps veteran who also works with the Wounded Warrior Project as a project outreach specialist, creating incredible experiences with veterans. Go fan, make some noise for Enrique Mendoza! Oh, and welcome, Enrique. Surprise for you. Your glory to the Super Bowl! Congratulations. Thank you for your support of Chargers football. And we'll see you in Santa Clara.
Chargers fans, they're cute, they're speedy, and they are loyal to the crowd. The Fan Favorite Corgi Cup is back. Stick around, see who will take home the 2025 Corgi Cup Championship at.
Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner, Jamie Erdahl, Megan O'Leary here in SoFi Stadium. Coming up the half, the Lexus halftime show, first half recap, and then of course a look ahead to the rest of the weekend. If D'Amico Ryans' Texans hold on to this 14-3 lead, they snag the final wild card spot at the very least and force the Jacksonville Jaguars to win tomorrow against Indianapolis to set things up for potentially the AFC South to be won next week. The Chargers down 14-3, crucial juncture of this game. With 2 minutes to go, they get the ball first on the other side of halftime from their own 24. Herbert does have time, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to try and get out of bounds. Gets a shove, no flag. To'o trying to track him down along with Tremon Smith is the one who shoved.
And good coverage on the back end, forcing the run. You see, he hadn't touched out of bounds yet. These defensive guys, they're going to take any opportunity they can to hit the quarterback as long as they do it legally right there. I know everybody in blue looking for a penalty. The big fella's coming over to protect their quarterback, but legal hit right there as his feet were still in bounds.
Gain of 2. 3rd and 13. Herbert goes deep for Johnston. He has him. Johnston! Big time play for the Chargers, down to the Texans 14.
And that's one of those throws that not everybody in the National Football League can make. He let Quentin Johnston run, and it almost was like Ramon Smith was back there going, oh, he can't throw it this far, and slows down. And Justin Herbert gives it everything he has. And Johnston's been the big playmaker for him all year long.
60-yard connection. Herbert from the pocket over the middle, up in the air and picked off the hands of Gadsden into Al-Shair. Oh, what a massive moment that was. Momentum shift on top of momentum shift.
And they love this young man and what he's done. He continues to get better and better every week. Little contact at the top of the route, but plenty of time to turn his head and just didn't get his hands up. And we know every time the ball's tipped up in the air, especially in tight confines like the red zone, a lot of bodies there. Now Shahir making the big play to turn the Chargers away.
Just when the Chargers thought they had it, the Texans take the momentum and pull it back in. However, the ball is at the 1-yard line. The Chargers have all their timeouts remaining. 66 ticks to go. As a matter of fact, the ball appears to be resting inside the 1. So let's see what happens here. Wild turn of events in sequence. Leads to a Stroud keeper and a quick timeout by the Chargers. Only 4 seconds goes off the clock. The rookie is beside himself.
So tough. Opportunity right there. As I said, he's been playing so well for him. So much confidence down here in the red zone. Justin Herbert with the rookie tight end. Unfortunate play right there, but you flip it and you look at the positive part of it. As you said, hey, quarterback sneak right there. If you can hold them in this run play to a few yards, are they going to throw it on 3rd down? Probably not. Probably hand it off. Maybe you can get good field position back and find a way to salvage some points out of this before the half.
Herbert had only 48 yards passing before that 60-yard connection. And now here come the Texans. 2nd and 8. Stroud hands it off. Marks with a nice run. 1st down and more. Henley finally corrals him. Gain of 19. There's a Texan down right at the line of scrimmage.
Really good read there to hop back to the left-hand side, find the opening. Now you give yourself a little bit of room and you wonder if the Texans try to go for some points.
And guard Ed Ingram, slow to get up. But that was a massive 19-yard run by Marks. As the Texans are now taking a knee. Around the 4th-year player out of LSU.
See all the big bodies inside. Easy to get rolled up on. You can see him right there, middle of your screen.
Oh boy.
See the rolled up on the knee, and then you got guys pushing on you up top.
You never know. At least he didn't go back over the pile with his legs pinned underneath him, but clearly needing a moment to be checked on here. With 52 seconds to go in the half, he's now up. We're back in 30 seconds after this message from Geico.
You know, I've always found it strange. People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment.
I want to be rich.
You don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone.
Oh.
No. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
What? What are you doing, mate?
I'm going in.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
So the injury to Ingram did stop the clock, as we're back to focusing on the football aspect of what's going on the field there. Brings up a 1st and 10, though. That Marks run got the Texans out from the shadow of their own goal line. Gives them a fresh set of downs. The Chargers are down to 2 timeouts to go. So it's going to be tough for the Chargers to get the ball back down 14-3, but we'll see what happens. They're going to throw. The Texans throw, and it's incomplete. What do you think of that play call?
Well, you start to wonder when you get that big run, hey, we've still got our timeouts left, 2 timeouts after the injury, where you say, now do we want to push the envelope and see if we can get some points out of this, which looks to be what they tried to do right there. But there's the flip side.
Yeah.
That obviously incomplete pass, stop the clock, and possibly give an opportunity back to this Chargers offense if their defense can step up.
That allows the Chargers to use their timeouts now to force a punt if they can get it done over the next 2 snaps. And another throw from Stroud. Stroud over the middle, intercepted! Holy smokes! Elijah Molden, who got burned for the first touchdown of the game, comes up big, and the Chargers get the ball back.
Wow, that one backfired, obviously. C.J. Stroud looking off to his left-hand side. Thought he had an opportunity on the outside on the quick out. Didn't like it. Comes back to the right-hand side. And I don't know. I don't know what he saw right there. Molden's just sitting there. And he basically throws it right into his numbers. But, man, what a huge turn of events. Do we go for points? Do we just settle for a 14-3 halftime lead? They decide to give it a shot. Put it on their young quarterback's arm. And a bad decision right there, giving it back to Justin Herbert.
Well, the second guessers are out right now. We'll just see how loud they can be, depending on what the Chargers do with this opportunity with 45 seconds to go from the Houston 32. Herbert to his left. There's Johnston again. First down, out of bounds, gain of 12.
Perfect, good play call, attacking the sideline. Good pitch and catch. Get out of bounds to stop the clock. Keep your 2 timeouts. Good route there with all that speed. Keeping his head down to the last second. Snapping it to the outside. You see Lassiter back in. Good sign for the Texans defense.
Stroud's not looking on right now as it's a Chargers ball from the Houston 21 with 40 seconds to go. Herbert makes a move but cannot get away. A flag is down though on the sack. Danico Autry brings him down, but we'll see if he brought him down and brought the flag in the process. This is a big call here because it's a loss of 15 otherwise. Chargers aren't marching though.
Personal foul, tripping.
Now they are.
Defense number 96. That penalty's half the distance to goal, automatic first down.
What a big call on Autry. Instead of it being a loss of 15, it's a half the distance awarding of 15.
You're going to see him take him down with his foot here as he goes to swing around. You'll see him reach this foot up there.
Right there.
And trip him to take him down, which leads to the penalty right there and setting the Chargers up on the 10-yard line.
Herbert staying alive long enough to draw, if you will, the tripping penalty. Herbert with a play fake, stepping up, and loses the ball. Gets on it, though. As Autry was the one who popped that one out. What a wild final 2 minutes here, Kurt Warner.
Well, Justin Herbert's been great all year long at being able to buy extra time. As you said, he kind of led to that tripping by sneaking out of the pressure. Thought he was going to do it right there, and Autry able to reach in and knock the football out. He's able to get back on it, keep them alive. And all kinds of crazy things happening with the football right now.
Hey. So that was a loss of 7. And Autry's being credited with the sack. So he took the sack away from himself and then gave it
one back.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the proper terminology here as the ball rests just shy of the 18-yard line. 25 seconds to go. 2nd and 17. The Chargers use their second timeout to stop the clock after that play. Herbert finds Johnston, and they're saying the clock needs to run. Nope, now they're stopping the clock because Harbaugh used the timeout, complaining that he had to, but the Chargers are now out of timeouts, Kurt.
That was a tough one there on the sideline. Obviously, as a receiver, you have to be going forward. If you get pushed back, they're going to continue to run the clock. That looked pretty tight right there. I'm sure that's what Jim Harbaugh is saying. Man, he was going forward or going at least lateral right there. But they forced him to take the timeout, and they happened to spread out and go with a 5-man protection. You haven't seen them do that much against this Texans defensive front, but held up enough to get the completion. But tough situation with a 3rd and really long. Obviously, with everything we've seen happen in the last 2 minutes, you got to be smart with the football to make sure you get 3. But I know as a quarterback right here, man, you would love to have 7 knowing you're getting the ball out of the second half.
3rd and 14. They can get a first down just inside the 1. Herbert rolling to his right, flips that one out, and Will Dissly just runs out of bounds. So the Chargers, 3 trips to the red zone, 2 of them off of an interception. One led to just 3 points. Another one now leading to an attempted 3. And the third one was a tipped interception right at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, obviously not the way that you wanted the first half to play out. But you take 3 right here. You cut this to a 1-possession game, knowing you're getting the ball out of the half. You haven't played very good offensively. You'll take it.
And Dicker, the kicker, misses. So the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL due to field goal percentage might have just missed, because I mentioned that stat after his made field goal the last time.
I think every game we've done this year, there's been crazy things that have happened at the end of the first half. We've seen a whole bunch of them here, and maybe the strangest is what has been a chip shot kick for Dicker. He misses. Now the momentum goes back to the Texans. Nothing lost after that interception by C.J. Stroud.
A first half fever dream for the Chargers against the Texans again. They do get the ball first after halftime, but boos are raining down here in Los Angeles as the Texans head off to the locker room up 14-3. And that's the end of the first half. In a moment, we'll get to your halftime show, but take it away, Jamie.
Coach, the Chargers had 3 trips to the red zone. Your defense held them to a field goal, a pick, and no points. How vital was that effort?
Yeah, I'm really proud of our guys for that. We've struggled in the red zone this year, and that's been one of our keys to winning this game, is getting stops in the red zone, and we've done that. We've turned the ball over, but guys have responded the right way. No matter what's come our way, facing that adversity, we were able to respond, and I'm proud of our guys. Now we got to come out of the second half and finish.
Can we get back to the fireworks that we saw in the first 2 drives offensively?
Let's do it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
So D'Amico Ryans heads to the locker room, 1 half away from getting into the playoffs. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you to the Lexus halftime show after a short break.
Education and holistic support to formerly gang involved and previously incarcerated
17 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Countdown Crew on ESPN. And the ESPN app. We'll have all the early breaking stories and previews of each game right up to kickoff. Our Week 17 Monday Night Football matchup, Rams will be in Atlanta, taking on the Falcons. 8 Eastern on ESPN. ESPN 4,000 and the ESPN app. Data-driven telecast on ESPN2. Coverage kicks off with Scott Van Pelt and the Monday Night Countdown Crew at a special time of 5:30 Eastern Time.
I got some water for you after that.
Trying to dictate the tape to try and beat the time. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mooney on that last run.
That was a nice run.
All right, Chargers fans, in honor of fan appreciation, we brought back one of our favorites of all time.
This is the second carry.
Hoping to get him about 12 touches out and batted down. And almost intercepted by Jones. Shiny Jones. Couldn't locate the ball. It was still in the air and not moving around.
Did they hit him on the helmet after he tipped it?
That was in the replay. It appeared that he did.
There you go. He said, look, I tipped it with my hand and then it hit right on top of the sprinkles, on top of the helmet. He wasn't quite able to do that.
And this year's field is absolutely stacked. Not in height, but in speed. Here they come through the gate. Make some noise for the Corgi.
Right side of the field. Good game here. That's a good one talking about DeMooney. Cross midfield into Georgia Tech territory. Tay Harris making the tackle. On a 19-yard free ball.
That's twice they've run that little speed option to get the middle of the perimeter quickly. And we've got it all. Should have a great finish. Hot Fudge Sunday loves it. I don't even know what this is, but there'll be more Pop-Tart shenanigans and more football.
All right, friends, again, in honor of fan appreciation, we brought back, as you can see, the Corgi Cup in 2025. Going it up, I'm standing here next to it. We've got 12 Corgi racers. We're going to split it up into 2 different races with 6 Corgis in each race. So 2 heats. Only 2 Corgis will move on to the championship round, where 4 Corgis will take on the championship round. We'll be right here.
Coach, from your vantage point, what's this
Here's
game
what we're going to do. We've also paired up the second football game with each Corgi. They play their normal pitch. At this time, it is now time to introduce you to our racers. Get to the start line. Here we go. First up in lane 1, you see a sushi roll. A sushi roll. It's Lumpy.
So we'll come down to possession at the end of the game. You got one more quarter with Haynes King. What do you hope to see?
The punt crossover
and kind of gave us a wink and said she's not going to be the only one. Brent Key, certainly a guy who Haynes King means a lot to him, and he's been a lot to this program.
Bachmeier downfield, threads the needle, complete to the 30-yard line. Chase Roberts, Mr. Dependable, picks up 18 yards.
That's another guy. Head coach on the other side is going to miss. This is his last game. Bear Bachmeier is going to roll out to his right and find number 2 in a
First and 10. And up between the tackles, this is Damuni. Picks up about 4 on the play. Back to Chase Roberts. He backed up Puka Nacua for a couple of years, and when Nacua was injured in Roberts' freshman year, he got an opportunity in a big game against Baylor, who was ranked at the time. Roberts was a freshman and caught a touchdown pass that was pivotal in BYU being able to defeat the Baylor Bears. Now, it's a full circle moment for him to come back here because he played in the Under Armour All-American game here. A few years ago, he said, "Mark, I'm old." He played with Jaden Daniels, who was in that game. Bachmeier under duress, almost sacked.
through the hole. That's what ends up getting to Bear Bachmeier. It's a really nice job by Jordan Boyd off the left side of that offensive line to get in the line.
Now, Bachmeier, another strike underneath to his tight end. Ryan stays on his feet, puts his hat down, and plows forward to the 5. First and goal, Cougars. Some missed tackle on the play by E.J. Latency.
You know what, Mark? These two teams are playing like this is the People's National Championship. They are playing as if this game is the most important game of the season. They're playing hard. If anybody thinks that bowl games don't matter, watch Carson Ryan staying in bounds, making a man miss, challenging a linebacker, and powering up the field. It's feeling like BYU getting a little bit of momentum, but we've seen them down inside the 10-yard line twice and come away with 0 points.
First and goal on the jet sweep. Kingston couldn't get to the edge, pushed out of bounds. Somewhere between the 2 and 3 yard lines. 10.5, 100-meter speed. Track and field in his background is grandmother running track at BYU. There's Latency who missed that tackle on the previous play, slowed it up. Staff tends to Latency. We're going to take a short break and come right back.
Please join us in welcoming today's group of the game, the world's finest chocolate top seller.
And that was today's Game Flow presented by Progressive Insurance. Rich Eisen along with Kurt Warner back for the second half. Many of those total yards for the Texans came in their first 2 deep throws of the game. It was 14-0 before we even knew what hit us, and then a whole bunch of stuff just hit us, Kurt Warner. What are your impressions of the first half?
Well, you mentioned the Texans were really dominating this football game, and then about midway through the second quarter, the Chargers defense stepped up. Couple turnovers. Justin Herbert hits the big long play, but it was missed opportunities at the end of the half by the Chargers. The interception in tight in the red zone, and then the missed kick, or this be a completely different game.
14-3, Derwin James interception in the first half, switched the momentum, and that led to the only points of the first half for the Chargers, who had a chance for Cameron Dicker to make it a 1-score game. Until you mentioned, Kurt, that it could be a 1-score game, and then he missed for the first time in his career less than 40 yards. So you're the jinx, basically what I'm saying to you.
Don't put that on me.
I just did.
Do not put that on me.
So here is Justin Herbert again. We all know what happened in the wild card game, and the numbers are pretty good compared, obviously to the wild card game, and certainly in the context of the way the Texans defense has been buzzing around him, and the interception that goes on his docket really wasn't his fault. It went off the hands of Verondé Gadsden Jr. on the 1-yard line as they were trying to go into the end zone for the first time.
But you do have to remember, half of those yards came on that one long play to Quentin Johnston.
Indeed. So the Chargers need points, and they need it now. Herbert, first snap, second half, makes a nice move and slides down for a gain of 6. Megan O'Leary moments ago with Jim Harbaugh.
Hey, thank you so much. Well, actually, for a man who spoke to us so long in our meetings earlier this week, he had very few words about the second half. He simply said, we just have to keep playing. He wants to play Chargers style of football. He believes they can rectify the score shortly, guys.
Thanks very much, Megan. We did speak with Jim moments ago after the 3-point first half. Nice little drive starter to start the second half by Herbert. Gain of 7. Hampton goes nowhere. Wow, Will Anderson just goes flying in. And that is a loss of 2 to bring up third down. They've had no answer, Kurt.
Yeah, they're big, they're violent, they're quick. You can see him on the right-hand side. Boom. Makes Madlock miss right there. Just throws him by, and he's in the backfield. No chance for Hampton right there, but they are so fast across the board. Even the big guys up front. Drop your head just a little bit, they're going to make you miss. They're going to create negative plays.
Third down for Los Angeles, down 14-3. Herbert, nice move there, and he finds his rookie, who loses the ball, and now they're calling it incomplete. Rough day for Gadsden, gets rougher. We will see. The blue beanbag was thrown, which meant change of possession, but then they ruled it incomplete.
Another great move here by Herbert. Making 1 miss, making 2 miss, finding the guy down the field. And you hear the fans a little bit crazy. Did he get the catch?
Bullock knocked it away to make it an incomplete pass, as Herbert looked like he could have run for it. Instead, he tried to flip it, and it's a 3-and-out. No, fair catch is right around his 15. So it's just more of the same for the Chargers, where it's just frustration, mistakes, dropped balls, dropped passes, inability to get off the field on third down on defense, not able to turn whatever defensive plays they come up with takeaways, Kurt, into points more than just the 3 that they have.
No, mistakes are one thing. Mistakes are another thing when you're playing against a great defense, right? You don't get a lot of opportunities. So Justin Herbert creates an opportunity right there and needs his young tight end to make the play on the back end. Seen that a couple times now. But Gadsden not being able to come up with the big play when needed.
Jordan gets stopped for no gain. Tier Tart along with Henley on the stop.
We talked a lot in the first half how Texans blew this thing open with 2 huge pass plays. 118 yards total on those 2 pass plays. Since that point, only 103 yards allowed by this Chargers defense, along with 2 interceptions. So gave up the big plays early, but then settled in and have done a nice job at just not getting any help from their offense.
2nd and 10. From the Houston 15. Stroud, quick throw to his tight end Schultz. Makes a nice move, gets outside, picks up the first down, the ball out, and it's still in bounds. How did that ball stay in bounds? The officials are discussing it. Looks like it did roll out of bounds before it was picked up by Jefferson. Mack pops it out after the first down. Let's see from here. The ball's rolling around. There's out of bounds. Oh my, they let it roll, Kurt.
That ball will do some funny things. We saw some funny things at the end of the first half, but
they're ruling it no first down, though. Pardon me. So the fumble did lose the first down, just not possession. Stroud almost intercepted. Troy Dye stepped in to knock that one away. So Mack pops the ball loose, prevents the first down, brings up 3rd down. And the big play by Dye forces the punt.
Really good play by Dye here. He's coming out to the left-hand side, fakes the blitz, reads the eyes of the quarterback, and able to get just enough on the football to knock it away. Really good play right there for Dye to force the fumble. I'm sorry, force the punt.
Just been a weird day so far where we've seen pretty much everything. McConkey. Not a lateral running, just a couple yards on the return. So we've got a break in the game. Let's go to the NFL Network studios for this break presented by Verizon. We're back in 2 minutes. Jeez. Whew. This game's keeping me on my toes over here. Coop. Tay. It's wild. We're going to show that. Got it.
It out to the 46-yard line. So the dynamic and diminutive Parkland Kingston catalyzing this comeback for BYU. Ready to take the lead. His team has a chance to take the lead and turn it into the Chargers fans in on your feet. Make some noise for U.S. Air Force veteran Major.
Justin Herbert, that was a Picasso. You know, he's bigger, taller, smart, incredible the way he picks things up, masters things. He's the opposite of a houseplant. He is field cornfield. He's on our team.
Everyone out there within the sound of my voice, find somebody in your life who gushes about you the way Jim Harbaugh gushes about Justin Herbert.
I need to show that to my wife.
Well, hopefully she's sitting at home watching. Unless she's watching your son play a bowl game right now. Okay, very good. Maybe we'll get an update on that. Right now it's 14-3 Houston, and the Chargers need Justin Herbert to start painting. He has turned it on in recent possessions. This time, though, he runs out of time. Loss of 5. And I mean, just in our conversation with Jim Harbaugh on Zoom earlier this week, he used these references to Justin Herbert, called him Ethan Hunt, Pablo Picasso, and half man, half beast. We chose the Minotaur. We could have chosen Centaur as well.
Yeah, I mean, he had so many things to say about him. Probably talked for 15 minutes just gushing about all the things. And rightfully so. You see all the incredible abilities that Justin Herbert has. And he said, we just need everybody else on the squad to get up to his level, because he speaks so highly of how he prepares and obviously how he plays on Sundays.
2nd and 15 right now. The mission impossible appears to be pushing the ball downfield behind this makeshift offensive line and Derek Barnett and this defensive line of Houston coming at him.
Coming there on the edges. He just wins a nice spin move back to the inside, and great coverage on the back end. A lot of these sacks, obviously, they're getting home quickly, but there are no quick throws for Justin Herbert on the back end. Great defenses, front end and back end having to work together, and the Texans have been doing a great job of that all day long.
Back-to-back sacks makes it 3rd down and forever. Herbert, a screen to Hampton, and that goes only to the 25-yard line, and another 3 and out for the Chargers offense. Puts the Texans back on the field. And again, I mean, we just saw the spin move on Bobby Hart. Again, we should mention, this is Hart's first left tackle play in 3 years. That's what the Chargers have been forced to deal with on the offensive line due to all the injuries. It doesn't stop.
And it becomes the juggling act for Greg Roman, is how do you play this? At times you're going to have to leave them one-on-one like we saw on that last play, even though you don't want to.
And it's a brutal punt out of Scott. We'll see where they're going to mark it. It might be on the Chargers side of the field.
And as I was saying, and that lends into the back end being able to play what we call downhill. They know that they can get pressure with the front 4. They can attack down at the line of scrimmage and squeeze everything.
That's basically sums up everything for the Chargers' day to this point.
And then an interception ends up changing the tides, and it got away from him in the 4th. But this is a team that was right there for the entirety of the season.
3rd and 4 for the Cougars. Incomplete, broken up. 4th down, and an interesting decision now for the Cougars.
This NFL Network Saturday Showdown is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
But your defense is starting to feel itself a little bit. It's been a low possession game, and you would imagine there's not a lot of them left. So that I think is why it took a while to decide, but eventually deciding for field position.
Vanderhart with his 2nd punt of the game. Eric Rivers back deep. Rivers watches it go over his head. Boy, what a great punt by Vanderhart. It's going to be down to inside the 10-yard line. A couple of head coaches that very much embody
this NFL Network Saturday Showdown is presented
by schools and doing it well. Back after this.
This NFL Network Saturday Showdown is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
Back here in Los Angeles, You know, I know much has been made of the Chargers win streak, and we were talking about the bonding that this team has over, say, a golf simulator, for instance. The Chargers would love to take a mulligan right now on this game so far. It's chock-filled with Chargers mistakes and missed opportunities. And in moments like this, Woody Marks' run to start this drive after a 22-yard punt by J.K. Scott. Cameron Dicker missed his first field goal under 40 yards of his career. There was a ball that hit Oronde Gadsden Jr. in the hands that popped up, was a turnover inside the 5-yard line. I mean, I could go on and on here. Missed opportunities off of turnovers. The Texans have 5 sacks to none for the Chargers. Texans have 2 big scores in the game, making it 14-3 with Stroud rolling to his right, finding an open Nico Collins, who pops the defender in Elijah Molden as he takes it down to the 20. Ferocious catch and run.
But it was good coverage on the back end. But you're going to see number 43 here, who's covering Nico Collins as a crosser, and he starts to attack C.J. Stroud. When he does that, he opens up the second level, and a nice finish by the big fella on the back end.
Gain of 23, takes it to the Chargers 20. This defense needs to tighten its lightning bolts here to at least hold the Texans to a field goal attempt. It's a first down handoff to Knoll, who already has a big receiving touchdown. Flag flies. This one may be on the Texans to call that back and then some. Kind of get the feeling this is must-have for the Chargers
Offense,
defense.
Number
right
12. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
As it is a hold.
Yeah, when you're sitting at this point and your offense has been struggling the way that they have, you can't get down more than 2 scores at this point in time. But you see Still coming to the inside right here. I thought when he did that, he was going to give the edge to Knoll, but that's what creates the hold there by Nico Collins and brings him back.
1st and 20. What the Chargers needed there. Marks. And when he gets about a yard, the Texans want a face mask. They don't get it.
You saw the helmet come spinning back. Let's take a look here. So you get the hand up.
No, it's the shoulder. That's why there was no face mask call. It was a shoulder turn. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 19 for the Texans at the Los Angeles 29. Stroud, quick throw, and Christian Kirk goes nowhere. Matter of fact, it's a loss of 4 yards. Tareeb Still coming in to make the stop.
Right, forces the holding penalty on the other side, on the reverse, comes up and makes a nice play here, continues to push the Texans back here. See if they can make another big play here on 3rd down.
Kind of have to. Force a long field goal by Fairbairn. Jim Harbaugh's team down 11. Want to keep it a 2-score game. Stroud, quick throw. There's Hutchinson. Takes it inside the 25, down to the 23, and out comes Fairbairn.
3rd and long. Chargers just going to play kind of the picket fence, sit back there by the sticks, give them anything underneath. C.J. Stroud, smart move. Just take the easy completion, set up a closer field goal attempt. Try to get out of here with 3.
Fairbairn, who crossed the 1,000-yard career points plateau just last week. Here for a 41-yarder. And he got it. Now 29 for 29 inside the 50 this year again. That's the way you give those stats and information from the field goal kickers out there.
I like how you do it.
Chargers need to get more on the board. It's kind of obvious when you look at the score.
We were shooting the Ebbets, made the money, wasn't looking for credit. Funny feeling when you checking your debit. The number's nice, but it start with a negative. Never blood in my eyes when I reminisce. You serve for raw for bit. Okay, he's that man.
the snap on that shift with the nose tackle that caused it, but nonetheless, it's now a 3rd and long.
Got to get to the 19. They keep it on the ground, and that's going to be Jamal Haynes with a nice effort, but not nearly enough to make it to the first down mark. Picked up 6.
That decision in midfield, Kiwanis opting to kick the ball and pin Georgia Tech deep. Georgia Tech certainly helped with the snap and start the drive, but BYU's going to get the ball back likely in very good field position.
Nichols to pump, standing on his own 3-yard line. It's his 3rd and 1 of the game. Hunter Kingston back deep.
Hey, nice one right here. Nice one down there.
It's Lucian. Against Ohio State in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl at 7:30 Eastern. New Year's Day, Oregon taking on Texas Tech in the Capitol in University of Mississippi and Georgia, an all-state Sugar Bowl. Looking forward to that. And the Ohio State history between those two schools. Incomplete. Bachmeyer behind his intended target, Parker Kingston. Who do you like in that game? I'm going to make a pick.
I think I like Ohio State, but it's going to be closer than I think people think. That Miami front defensively, Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor.
So the Chargers defense does its job after a 22-yard punt, set C.J. Stroud up on their side of the field, held the Texans to just 3 points. It's a 2-score game as the fans are singing "I Want It That Way" in unison. What they would like is the Chargers.
Want it this way.
They don't want it this way. That is correct. Jared Patterson. That's a way to want it. Took it past the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. Justin Herbert's been under pressure all day long, sir.
Well, we knew that was going to be the story coming in. The makeshift offensive line, they've been moving guys in and out. 2 big injuries. Really good defense on the other side. And then, when they had an opportunity to not make that play there at the end of the first half, turn it over to the Texans. And you're just almost feeling, I know it's only 2 scores, but it's been such a struggle. They've got to find a way to create some big plays here.
You can see how much better things are for Herbert with no pressure. He does have a 60-yard strike at one point. He runs it, and he's taken down by former Charger Naquan Jones, who the Texans picked up earlier this month from the Chargers, and it's 2nd and 8.
Coming into this weekend, Justin Herbert had rushed for 460 yards, number 2 for quarterbacks in the NFL, and a lot of it is by necessity, and we've seen that. Good coverage on the back end, quick pressure on the front end, forcing him to have to create with his legs. Not something he necessarily wants to do, but something that he's able to do.
There's a free play. This is not going to be a sack. Will Anderson left early. Jim Harbaugh is wondering if there's anything more on Herbert there. Not going to get that, but he's going to get the 5.
Defense, number 51. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd out.
So even the free plays aren't free, huh? When it comes
not
to Herbert.
For Justin Herbert. He's taking hits. You can see at the top of the screen, Will Anderson just jumps a touch early. He's trying to guess off a little head bob there by the center. Gets there early, but as you said, still another hit taken by Justin Herbert. But you'll take that 5 yards, 2nd and short. You try to dial up a shot down the play or down the field. Haven't got many of them. Got the one to Johnson, but they're going to need one here in the second half.
You hand that one to Hampton. He had 21 yards rushing prior to that attempt. To'o brings up a third down. So the running's been difficult against Matt Burke's defense. Obviously, the pass protection has been even more challenging for the Chargers, who with 4:33 to go in this third quarter need to get things rolling. This third down.
He got no catches at this point from McConkey or Allen. They're two go-to guys.
3rd and 3. Herbert has a catch from Allen. There you go. Kurt, you called it. Take it away on the replay, sir. You've earned it.
Well, it was good protection first and foremost. He's looking to his left to try to get McConkey, who motions down and back to the outside. Doesn't have it. Good job climbing the pocket, eyes down the field. Just past To'o right there with the throw to his main third down guy, who he loves having back in Keenan Allen, not only with his route running, what he does on the field, but the mentor that he's been to a lot of these young receivers that they've got in the room.
Gain of 17 by Allen. 1st and 10. Going up top. Johnston had Lassiter, who's back in the game, on the coverage. Incomplete.
Man. Mari Lassiter back. See him in tight man-to-man coverage. Great compliment to Stingley on the other side, trying to get the go route. Just no room. Rides him out of bounds. There's an opportunity with McConkey coming across the middle of the field. It would have been a big play too, but you got to love the one-on-one situations. Quentin Johnston's been the big playmaker in those situations all year long.
2nd and 10. Hampton doesn't have it. The exchange wound up on the ground, but Herbert gets on it. Oh, another mistake by the Chargers leads to a 3rd and long in a crucial situation.
And the little routine things, the catches that they're not making, little zone read right there, trying to pull it. Running back, clamps on it a little too much, but it's been mistake after mistake across the board. Kickers, punters, receivers, quarterbacks, and the reason they're down is 2 scores.
3rd and 14. Herbert steps up. He's going to run it, and he's got room. He takes the hit and absorbs it. Justin Herbert. The Ethan Hunt. Mission accepted.
Coming into the weekend, I thought watching Justin Herbert on tape, we should create a new stat for him. QB yak, yards after contact. You see him go down, the big fella bounces off. Stingley right there. And it just fires up his entire team. It fires up the defense on the sideline, jumping up. But he's just as good at shaking off contact in the pocket and making throws down the field. He is so good after contact, running and throwing, and it's been a big part of what they've needed from him all year long.
Gain of 28, and there's a timeout on the field as none other than Stingley Jr. is down on the ground. The reigning AFC Defensive Player of the Week has taken a knee. What a massive run on 3rd and forever by Justin Herbert.
Stingley's down there right
He's
now
up
going,
now.
They're right. Justin Herbert isn't like those other quarterbacks in this league.
Yep. I mean, Herbert just was not to be denied.
Didn't he hear that he was half man, half beast?
He
must not have heard that when we were talking about it earlier.
I mean, look out below.
Boom.
Herbert bouncing off of Stingley, who took a knee and is back off the field at the moment. One of the best defenders on the back end is off the field right now on 1st and 10 in the red zone, in a must-have situation for the Chargers. Herbert, quick throw to Hampton. That's a little bit of the edge. Decent pickup on 1st down as the clock rolls under 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter.
Great catch here. Hampton with the one hand going out and snagging it, but it is so tough to go sideline to sideline, go horizontal against this defense because they are so fast. As you said, you thought he was going to get the corner right there, but a bunch of white jerseys pushing him out after a short gain.
Just gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Herbert keeps it to his right, roaming, stops, throws, almost intercepted. Oh my, Gadsden covered by Lassiter, who almost came up with it. 3rd and 7.
He's trying to weave and find an opening to take off and run. Do I stop? Do I get outside of him? Oh, now the pressure's coming. Try to quick set and make the throw. Obviously not a very good throw right there. Lucky that it wasn't intercepted by Lassiter. But just trying to make every single play for this team right now.
3rd down. Herbert runs out of time until he gets on his feet, stays, and finds Johnston. Oh, Herbert getting it done with a flag down at the 2-yard line. And it's a hold on Houston.
Holding. Defense number 24. Opponent's decline to result in the play. 1st down.
I mean, I guess I should stop saying Herbert's running out of time when he just has his own sense of time.
Well, this is the other side of that QB yak that I'm talking about. We saw the run here, contacted, being able to stay on his feet. Big, strong body, able to make some of these throws. Man, finding a way to muscle it out of there and get the 1st down. As I said, he's trying to will this team to a win and to a touchdown right here.
From the 5. Hampton up the middle. And they mark him down just outside the 1. As the clock rolls down towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Chargers looking for their first touchdown of the day. Down 2 touchdowns to the Texans.
And the theme that came out of so many of our meetings about Justin Herbert was obviously all the different things that he can do. Every week you're seeing one of those throws that only a few guys can make, but the toughness continued to be a theme. Offense, defense, didn't matter who we were talking to.
Herbert keeps, rolls, touchdown! Gadsden! Chargers! 17-9, extra point pending. 1-score game.
Great play call here. Heavy personnel, everything looks like run. Gadsden's on the left-hand side. He's going to sneak back behind everybody. Good find, good throw. Good catch this time by the young fella to bring it within 1 score.
"11 plays, 64 yards, 5 minutes, 47 seconds. But they've been waiting all day for that touchdown. And Dicker, the kicker, makes it a 17-10 Texans lead. The 4th quarter's right around the corner. Don't you dare move. Things just got more interesting.
The heart is a blue. Shoots up through the stony ground.
From the 21. Georgia Tech with 3 timeouts remaining. Haynes King flushed out and throws it away. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The closest receiver was Patterson.
This has the potential to be a fitting ending to the career of Haynes King. An opportunity, 1:51 left. Georgia Tech with 3 timeouts, down by 4. What an ending it would be if Haynes King is able to get this done. One of the greatest quarterbacks in Georgia Tech history. A final opportunity likely to lead his team to victory against one of the best defenses in the country, BYU.
Fumbles a step loose. He's forcing to bounce back on the football, but now they are facing a 3rd and 1. And the clock still running.
That snap. It's just a little bit of urgency because if you don't get this 3rd down, if you hurry, you can still take timeouts to get the ball back.
They had snap issues before tonight. Some penalties because Georgia Tech is taking so much time.
Tomorrow on NFL Network, Kurt and I head across the street to hang with the game day crew and get you set for the bulk of Week 17 activity. Break down every playoff scenario. NFL Game Day morning tomorrow at 9 Eastern, only on NFL Network. It's been much louder and rowdy in SoFi during that commercial break. Chargers with their first touchdown of the day. Rondé Gadsden grab. Nice moment of redemption for the young man who had one go off his hands inside the red zone in the first quarter, leading to Herbert's only interception on the day. And it's a 17-10 game. Here's Trenon Smith with the return. And Smith gets it to just shy of the 25-yard line. Time for today's drive of the game, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Jim Harbaugh called Justin Herbert half man, half beast. Well, on a 3rd and long, here's the man part, and then here comes the beast part. 28-yard run, fresh set of downs. Herbert on that drive, 4-6 for 30 yards and this touchdown. He also carried the ball 3 times, all Herbert, and it's loud in here. 6 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Last play of the 3rd quarter, perhaps. And it's a run by Jordan. And it'll be 2nd and long when we come back to SoFi Stadium. Texans trying to make the playoffs. Chargers trying to stay alive for the division. A massive 4th quarter on the other side.
Play, but right now, I think you're looking, you've got 32 seconds left, you've got 2 timeouts still, and from a clock management standpoint, you're thinking out of bounds, or if it's in the middle of the field, you have to hurry up or call your timeout. But in this situation, you are confident with Haynes King, with number 10 on your side, that you're confident you're going to have a chance to get this thing in the end zone.
Remember, Coach Key said he wants to see Haynes King be Haynes King.
You got one more quarter with Haynes King. What do you hope to see?
Haynes be Haynes. Thank you, Coach. And he just did. Might be more to come. Gonna find out here. King flushed out into the end zone and out of bounds. He was looking at Haynes. Stops the clock with 28 seconds to go. Helpless with watching the BYU side. 2nd down and 10. 18.
Second time Haynes King had a lot of room in front of him. I thought he should have probably taken off and run the ball. He wouldn't have gotten in the end zone, but you could have gotten 8 to 10 yards and then gotten out of bounds. Looking for Jamal Haynes in the back of the end zone.
Rivers split to the top of your screen. Haynes King gets away into the end zone, and he hit the pylon, not the receiver intended for Haynes. Jeez.
Motion for Jamal Haynes to come back towards him, bring back towards the ball. Haynes never did. Haynes King.
All right, ball man, listen. You guys have been bringing the energy all day. You see that flag on the screen? When I need 0, I need every single Chargers fan in the building. All I can think, I need you out. Are you ready?
4th quarter in Los Angeles. Here's what's at stake. Texans hold on to the 17-10 lead. They punched their ticket to the playoffs, and the Colts are no longer in the hunt. The Texans, once upon a time 0-3, still would have a shot at the Jaguars to win the South. If the Chargers win, they have a shot to win the West. They have a shot at the 1 seed. If they don't win, and the Texans do, it's possible the Chargers would have to go on the road to the playoffs too, either Houston or Jacksonville, having lost to them both. That is what is at stake with 15 minutes to go. And Stroud flipping one out to his right, and incomplete. 3rd and 7.
We talked about it in the first half, is how they've struggled all year against pressure. Chargers come out and go all out pressure right there, and CJ just drops back and just throws it into the stands. Had an easy, quick completion to the left-hand side, but it's been a struggle for them. Defense now forces them into a 3rd and long, so they can get the crowd behind them.
Third and 7. Chargers fans making noise. Stroud, as he's hit, almost connects with Knoll. There is a flag out back where Stroud was hit. And they're saying he was roughed.
Automatic first down.
Oh my.
Wow. Deion Henley coming right from the middle of your screen on the pressure. Got a free hitter right at C.J. Stroud. Looks like a good football hit. Ends up landing on him with his body. Man, so tough for defenders right there as you're just trying to make a play.
They're calling the body weight. Maybe a few years ago that wouldn't have been flagged. Jesse Minner watching a fresh set of downs awarded. First penalty called on the Chargers all day is a massive one. Woody Marks takes the ball to his own 45.5 to be a nitpick. Again, Justin Herbert, after that massive drive, thought he was about to get back on the field. Instead, he's still watching.
But that last drive was so huge for the Chargers. Obviously not just to get it back to a 1-score game, but it puts pressure back on this Houston offense to have to try to throw the ball and move the football.
Stroud keeps. Dalton Schultz goes only about a half yard because Tarheeb still stopped him and brings up another 3rd down.
I know the Chargers gave up the 2 big pass plays in that first quarter, but outside of that, the turnover about midfield that gave up the other 3 points, they have really tightened the screws down and have played really, really big. Let's see if they can do it one more time here and get it back to their offense.
3rd and 7. Stroud under duress, flips it out. Incomplete, intended for Nico Collins. There are no flags on the field, and this is 4th down.
You're going to see the corner blitz coming from this side. Hart comes free. That's what forces C.J. Stroud to have to slide. And once again, just throw that thing out of bounds. Another win for this Charger defense. Let's see if their offense can go back-to-back.
Tommy Townsend sends it away. End over end. McConkey lets it drop. And the Texans keep it out of the end zone and down it at the 1. A massive special teams play. Jamarcus Ingram is the Texan on the spot. So if the Chargers are going to tie this game, they're going to have to go the distance.
Do it like that. Keep it going, yeah, keep it on track when you move it like that. Move it like that. Shout it out so they hear it in the back when you say it like that. Say it like that. Make it hot.
Era at Georgia Tech alongside head coach Brent Key, which will remain one of the most indelible, significant ones in Georgia Tech program history. That'll do it. BYU hangs on to win 25-21. Honey Sataki got a little snack along the way. And now for today's Capital One Player of the Game. Bear Bachmeyer. As Honey Sataki gets his Pop-Tarts and Gatorade shower. Let's go down to Q.
Are you okay? First of all, are you okay? I'm great. I just got one of these little
built for this. So the guy that made the play right there at the end is the one that gave up that big play. You got to have faith and believe in each other. We had a lot of big to handle. All credit goes to Georgia Tech. That was a great game. We just ended up coming out with a big kick returns in this one, but man, they're first-class organization, and it was awesome to play some more game against them.
What did this game say about your senior class?
Oh, they're great. They've won a lot of games, and they've been, maybe underappreciated in college football. Hopefully they'll get some win. 10 more total games in a while, so something to be really proud of.
How would you describe Barrett's performance?
Obviously, it's a good one. Big game. But he's still learning. There's still a lot of different grades. We'll get through all these things. We just got to keep believing in these games.
Congratulations, coach. You can smell the Pop-Tarts toast tonight.
Back in Los Angeles, the Texans are up by 7. Again, if they win, they punch their ticket to the playoffs. The Chargers win, they set up an AFC West championship game in Denver in Week 18. Their ball, however, rests just inside their 2, and Herbert from his end zone gets it to Hampton. They rule him out of the end zone, or did he go back in? They're saying he got out of the end zone. To'o in the line there.
Wow, so close. Ball back behind him. You see the ball out of the end zone when he was contacted right there, but so close.
The question is, did he have possession of it when he was first contacted? There's no challenge, no anything, because he was juggling it, potentially grabbed it when he was in the end zone. Regardless, it is a snap for the Chargers from inside their own 1 now. Herbert wants it all for Johnston, and he overshot him by a good 5 yards with Lassiter on the coverage. A big 3rd down here, Kurt, because you could give terrific field position to the Texans in a 1-score game if they don't get a first here.
And it puts you in a dicey situation as well. We know about the pressure all day long to hold the football and throw it past the sticks. How long is that going to take? Let's see what Greg Roman dials up here. The other side of it is that your defense has been playing really, really well. Risk versus reward right here in terms of what they do throwing the football.
Herbert by himself, standing on the R of Chargers. Rolls out, flips it behind him to a first down grab by Disley. Flag is down. Was that a forward pass? Was he past the line of scrimmage?
There's no foul on the play for an illegal forward pass, as the quarterback's body was still behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be first down, Los Angeles.
Greg Rolstad picks it up.
Well, they went with the chip protection there, and you see as Justin Herbert buying time, good awareness at his tight ends there. Any part of his body has to be behind the line of scrimmage. Saw that back foot, great awareness to dump it off to his tight end. Nothing happening down the field, holding the football forever.
What a play.
But finds a way to make a play.
Gain